The living world of NPCs in Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2, RDR2, developed by Rockstar Games, is set against the backdrop of the waning years of the American Wild West. Released in 2018, the game has been lauded for its expansive open world and attention to detail. One of the standout features contributing to its immersive experience is the intricate design of non-player characters, NPCs. These NPCs are not mere background figures, they are integral to the game's environment, storytelling, and the player's journey through a tumultuous period of American history. NPCs have long played a crucial role in video games, serving as quest givers, companions, or adversaries. In RDR2, however, Rockstar Games elevates NPCs to a new level of sophistication. They are meticulously crafted to create a dynamic, living world that profoundly influences gameplay, narrative depth, and the player's moral compass. This essay explores how the diversity, placement, interactivity, and narrative integration of NPCs in RDR2 contribute to an unparalleled gaming experience. The diversity of NPCs in RDR2 is instrumental in creating a believable and immersive world. The game features a wide array of characters from different cultures, professions, and social standings. Players encounter ranchers, outlaws, lawmen, traders, and townsfolk, each with unique behaviors and dialogue. This variety reflects the melting pot of American society in the late 1800s, including representations of Native Americans, African Americans, immigrants, and women pushing against societal norms. NPCs exhibit authentic behaviors that mirror real-life routines. They engage in daily activities such as working in fields, socializing in saloons, and traveling between towns. Their reactions to environmental changes, like seeking shelter during a storm, or to the player's actions, such as fleeing from a drawn weapon, add layers of realism. These behaviors are not scripted for specific events but are part of an advanced artificial intelligence system that governs NPC actions. The cultural and historical context is further enriched by NPCs who embody the societal issues of the era. For instance, players might encounter suffragettes advocating for women's rights or veterans grappling with the aftermath of the Civil War. These interactions provide insight into the struggles and sentiments of the time, grounding the game's fictional narrative in real historical events. The strategic placement of NPCs across the vast game world enhances environmental storytelling. Each region in RDR2 has its own set of characters that contribute to the local atmosphere. In the bustling town of St. Denis, for example, players will find a diverse population reflective of an industrializing city, complete with street vendors, beggars, and factory workers. In contrast, the remote wilderness areas might feature hermits or reclusive families with their own secrets. NPCs often serve as vessels of local lore, sharing stories and rumors that deepen the player's understanding of the game's world. These narratives might reveal hidden locations, like a haunted house or a legendary animal's habitat. Such storytelling encourages exploration, rewarding players who venture off the main path with unique encounters and discoveries. The game's design incentivizes curiosity. Hidden NPCs and events are scattered throughout the landscape, accessible only to those willing to explore every corner. This approach not only adds depth to the world but also ensures that each player's experience can be unique based on the paths they choose to follow. RDR2 offers a dynamic interaction system that significantly impacts gameplay and narrative outcomes. Players can engage with NPCs using a range of dialogue options, from friendly greetings to confrontational threats. These interactions are context-sensitive, varying based on the player's reputation, previous actions, and even their attire. The consequences of player choices are tangible. Helping a stranger on the road might lead to a future ally, while harming an innocent can result in bounty hunters tracking the player across the map. NPCs remember past interactions, which can alter their behavior in future encounters. A shopkeeper who was robbed might refuse service or alert the authorities the next time the player enters their store. This level of interactivity reinforces the game's emphasis on player agency. Every decision, no matter how minor it may seem, can have ripple effects throughout the game world. The adaptive responses of NPCs create a feedback loop that makes the world feel responsive and alive. Many NPCs in RDR2 have their own story arcs, accessible through side missions and personal quests. These narratives often delve into complex themes and character development. For instance, assisting a widow struggling to maintain her farm leads to a series of missions that explore grief, resilience, and community. These side stories enrich the main narrative by providing additional context and depth. They often intersect with the protagonist's journey, influencing his development and the player's understanding of the game's themes. The emotional and moral complexity of these stories encourages players to empathize with NPCs, making their experiences more impactful. NPC involvement in pivotal plot points further integrates them into the game's core storyline. Allies met during side missions might come to the player's aid during critical moments, or their fates might be affected by the player's earlier decisions. This interconnectedness ensures that NPCs are not isolated elements but are woven into the fabric of the overall narrative. RDR2 frequently presents players with moral dilemmas that lack clear right or wrong answers. Choices made during interactions with NPCs can have long-term effects on the game world and the protagonist's moral standing. For example, deciding whether to turn in a criminal for a reward or let them go challenges the player to consider the implications of their actions. The game employs an honor system that tracks the player's moral alignment. Acts of kindness increase honor, leading to positive outcomes such as discounts in stores or helpful NPC interactions. Conversely, dishonorable actions result in negative consequences, like higher prices or hostility from townsfolk. NPC reactions are directly influenced by this system, reinforcing the significance of ethical choices. By addressing themes like justice, redemption, and morality, RDR2 mirrors real-world ethical considerations. The game does not dictate which path the player should take but rather encourages reflection on the consequences of their actions within a complex social landscape. NPCs in RDR2 are integral to various game mechanics beyond storytelling. The economic system relies on NPCs who function as traders, shopkeepers, and service providers. Players can sell hunted animals, purchase supplies, or customize equipment, all through interactions with NPCs. The availability of resources and services can be affected by the player's reputation and actions, adding a strategic layer to economic decisions. Law enforcement and bounty dynamics are also tied to NPCs. Committing crimes results in lawmen and bounty hunters pursuing the player. These NPCs operate based on the game's wanted system, which tracks criminal activities. Evading or confronting them becomes a tactical consideration, influencing how the player navigates the world. In combat situations, NPCs can be allies or adversaries. Gang members might assist in heists or battles, while rival factions present challenges. The behavior of NPCs during combat is governed by advanced AI, requiring the player to adapt strategies accordingly. Adding to the game's depth are numerous Easter eggs and secret encounters involving NPCs. These range from mysterious figures like a vampire lurking in St. Denis to a scientist who has created an automaton. Such characters often appear under specific conditions, rewarding players who pay attention to environmental cues or hidden clues. The inclusion of mythical and supernatural elements, like sightings of a legendary ghost train or encounters with a possible UFO, injects layers of mystery. These elements blend seamlessly with the realistic setting, enhancing the sense of a world filled with undiscovered stories. By encouraging player curiosity, RDR2 enhances replayability. Even after completing the main storyline, players can continue exploring to uncover new secrets and NPC interactions, ensuring that the world remains engaging over time. The realistic behaviors and interactions of NPCs in RDR2 are a result of significant technical achievements. The game's advanced AI allows NPCs to exhibit learning and adaptation. They can form opinions about the player, react to environmental changes, and interact with each other in believable ways. Group dynamics and crowd behavior are particularly notable. In towns, NPCs engage in conversations, react collectively to disturbances, and carry out routines independently of the player's presence. This minimizes the reliance on scripted events, making interactions feel organic. Rockstar Games faced challenges in developing such a complex AI system. Balancing the need for realism with gameplay functionality required innovative solutions. The success of these efforts has set new industry standards for NPC behavior in open-world games, influencing expectations for future titles. In Red Dead Redemption 2, NPCs are central to creating a world that is immersive, dynamic, and emotionally engaging. Their diversity and authentic behaviors contribute to a sense of realism that few games have achieved. Through strategic placement and environmental storytelling, they encourage exploration and enrich the game's narrative landscape. The interactive engagement with NPCs empowers players to shape their own experiences, with choices that have meaningful consequences. The deep integration of NPC story arcs adds emotional weight to the game, while moral dilemmas challenge players to reflect on their actions. Technically, RDR2's NPCs represent a significant advancement in AI and game design, pushing the boundaries of what is possible in interactive storytelling. The game's success demonstrates the profound impact that well-designed NPCs can have on player experience. Ultimately, Red Dead Redemption 2 sets a benchmark for future open-world games. Its living world of NPCs not only enhances the gameplay but also elevates the medium of video games as a form of art capable of delivering complex narratives and fostering deep emotional connections with players.